I have noticed that a lot of black men that specifically date white women like to treat black women horribly. And I will never understand. Your mother is black. Your sisters, if you have them, are black. Your grandmother is black. Why would you do that?
What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Oh, obviously I'm in a different setting. I'm not in my studio, so the sound's just a little bit different. But I saw this video when I was scrolling through the wonderful world of TikTok. Okay, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I did not watch the video. All I saw was this caption, and I knew that it's something that I wanted to react to. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it real. So I'm just gonna go ahead and press play, pause play, and then give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions on this entire situation. So as we can see, it says here, black men that date white women, please explain this behavior. And then she has the angry face emoji. Like I said, that was enough for me to want to press play, but I wanted to press play over here.
I have a question for some black men, because I know it's not all, so don't come for me saying she said all. I never said that, but I do have a question for some, specifically the black men who choose to date white women, because that is where I have seen it the most. But I was about to go into the store, right? There was a black man there. He was with a white woman. You could tell they were together. Okay. As I'm getting ready to come into the establishment, I'm right behind them. He holds the door for me. I said, thank you. He said, oh, you're very welcome. Okay. There was a black lady right behind me. He let that door go and slam in her face. And I looked, and I even said to him, I said, oh, that was very rude. And he said, what happened? I held the door for you. I said, yes, you did. I said, but why did you let it slam in her face? And he just kind of smirked and walked off.
I'm gonna let her finish. I think she has a lot to say, but I want to say this, right? And you guys know I love y'all, and I keep it real with you guys, and I give you guys my real genuine opinions on stuff. And I just don't get on the train of a woman having a racial conversation about black men who date white women when, she is not a black woman. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it comes very much across like, and I could be wrong, it could be me, it could be my own feelings as a black woman, I don't know. But to me, it comes very much across as divide and conquer. And the reason why I say that is because I do not see, women white women in particular on the internet, when black women talk about, they go into, Chad and Brad to go get pasta and lobster, I don't see white women deterring black women from dating white men. I don't see it. I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't see them saying, there's something wrong with them because I don't see, white women talking about how different white men are that date black women. I don't see that. But coming to the race that is already clearly divided, it's blatant, it's clear, and she knows that, hence why she made the video, because she knew that it would cause some kind of a ruckus based off of the climate of what's going on. And adding more, gasoline on top of the fire, I just can't get with it.
I have noticed that a lot of black men that specifically date white women like to treat black women horribly. And I will never understand this. I do not give a damn who you choose to date. You can date whatever race of people you want to date. I don't give a damn. But why must you treat black women so horribly?
This is why I say that I don't think that she is equipped to have the conversation, because we can also talk about how black women, who date white men, get on the internet on a consistent basis and trash black men. We can talk about black women who date black men who trash black men, right? And also, she made a scenario about the door closing. I don't know how far from the door that lady was. I don't know if he literally slammed it in her face or if she's just exaggerating to try to bring this point home because she wanted to have this, again, kumbaya situation with her black sisters. I'm not really sure what the narrative that she was coming into the conversation with was. But, to assume that the disdain towards the woman was because of the fact of the color of her skin, there could have been so many different situations. And it could have maybe been his situations of being around certain women and how they react to situations. But she made it a definite race thing. She made that situation into, he don't love his mama, he don't love the women that look like him, all from this one passing scenario that she doesn't know the details of.
When you choose to date outside of your race. And I have seen this more than once, so don't tell me that was just him, because it's not. I have witnessed it, that when a black man chooses to date another race, he chooses to treat black women like trash. And that's the most ignorant shit I have ever seen in my life. I will never understand that. You have a right. You can have your preference. You can date whoever the fuck you want to date. This is a free country. Nobody said that. You can love whoever you want to love, but why must you just treat black women horribly when you choose to do that?
I can't, again, it's not doing anything for me. Like, I can't have any passion towards this conversation or compassion towards this conversation, because I've seen the other side. I've seen where there's literally been somebody that has a platform that literally said that all black male babies should be deleted. Like, so if you can't have the conversation one way, especially this conversation that's such a sensitive conversation, it cannot be had one way. It can't. Because there's too many layers. It's like an onion. There's too many layers to peel off of why people are behaving the way that they behave. And yeah, of course, there's going to be some people who have that superiority complex, who date, anywhere else, whether it's Asian, whether it's, white or Latin or whatever it is, and then they have a superiority complex. You definitely do have that. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I don't want anybody to get it twisted that I'm saying that what she's saying never happens and it doesn't exist, because I know that there is truth to this conversation. However, the way that she's coming out and bring this all forth, like this is, brand new news, and that now it's a majority of women and most men who date a certain race, and this is how they act. Again, have that same conversation to your sisters, okay, with how they act and treat not only the black men that they're not in a relationship or don't want to be in a relationship with, but when they see them on a random street and how they act towards them.
That is the most insane thought process I have ever heard of. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I was dating a black man that specifically treated black women horribly, that specifically just degraded black women, talked down on them, that would be an automatic deal breaker for me. Because why?
I think also because this woman, I don't know where she's from or whatever, but I think that she sees herself as one with the sisters. Okay, you can tell by the way that she talks, her demeanor, her just the nature and the way that she swings when she's moving. I don't know, maybe she's Creole, I'm not sure, but you can tell that she sees herself in that way. And again, that's why she's standing in solidarity. Okay, and I got to keep doing the fist. That's why she's standing in that sort of solidarity to say like, oh yeah, I'll hold y'all down, girls. I got y'all back. It's a weird thing. It's a very strange thing to me. I remember a couple years ago I reacted to a video and there was an Asian girl doing the same thing, and I said the same thing. I'm like, girl, please, please leave the conversation. Please leave the conversation alone.
Your mother is black. Your sisters, if you have them, are black. Your grandmother is black. Why?
You see, I didn't even get to that part of the video authentically. I watched it with you guys and I said it. I knew. That was what she was going to say. Your mama black, your sister black, you came from a black woman. How dare you? How come we don't have that same conversation geared to black women, saying your daddy black, your granddaddy black, you came from a black man, how dare you? And again, if you were a part of, the bigger conversation, maybe you would have the know-how or the ability to effectively have a balanced conversation. You came in and said, people from one race who talk bad about their own race, I can't stand that. Conversation would have been done. But this targeted conversation to black men that date, women outside of their races, and then victimizing black women in these situations, I just don't agree. I'm sorry.
Would you do that? Just because you choose to date outside of your race never, ever, ever gives you the right to degrade black women. It's the most disgusting behavior I have ever seen, and I have seen it so many times, and I would love for someone to tell me why. Why do you do that?
Mind your business, ma'am. I'm sorry. Was that too real? Was that too real for me to say mind your business? I don't know. Maybe you could ask white men. Do white men do that? Do white men, date outside their race and then, talk bad about, the women from their own race? Ask, your own men from your own spaces, and maybe they can give you insight to why it happens. And trying to understand, the black experience, it would take way too long to explain. It would take way too long to rationalize. And somebody who has not had the experience, and sometimes that has not had the same, trials and tribulations of said experience, would never understand anyway. Fully.
It's just sickening. Like, I just can't. I would say good day, but that just pissed me off. So, whatever.
Well, thank you. Thank you for bringing... Everybody clap it up for this lady. I will clap, but we know the echo in here is loud. So everybody just clap for this lady. Thank you so much for bringing this to the forefront. Thank you for standing in solidarity with us. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate, your taking time out of your day to, make your voice heard for that one woman who got the door slammed in her face at the grocery store. If you guys are unaware, this is clearly sarcasm. Okay? It clearly is. And, I'm not above reproach. If you guys think that the way that I feel about this situation is wrong, I'm willing to hear you guys' point of view in the comment section. I genuinely am. But it just never has rubbed me, the right way, that when this is a situation where, more two-parent households are in the white community. Okay? And since this is about, white and black, that's the only reason why I'm talking about just white people and just black people. But, white households are, it's more prone for them to have a two-parent household. It's more prone for them to not have children who have babies at a, severely young age. It's, they're more prone to different kind of scenarios. And so when you see this situation that's going on within the black community, and that within that situation, there's already a massive divide. A lot less married, a lot less two-parent households, a lot less, successful relationship stories, that you are going to come in and say, oh, you guys got it bad? Let me make it worse. I don't agree. I want to know your thoughts, though, in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.